Hi everyone, thank you so much for the comments in the first part, and if you haven't watched it yet, please go check that out first. I'll put the link in the card in the description. I'll start with the S Pen first because this is the most important part you have been waiting for. I like it. It has been improved so much over Tab X6. It feels premium, it has a rubbery finish to it. It's small, compact and light. Actually, I prefer it over Apple Pencil in terms of form factor, but that's my personal preference. My handwriting is really bad, so there are very few things which I can write and read myself. Don't get me wrong, Apple Pencil is also premium and solid. In fact, the sensor on Apple Pencil is much better than the button of this S Pen. It's very hard to locate it without looking at it, but nevertheless, I like the S Pen this time. When it comes to note taking, I didn't find any issue on any of them. Of course, the surface area on iPad Pro is a little bigger, so you can write more in one line. But otherwise, I can pick any of them and start writing from the home screen. Of course, on Tab S7, you have to find the button, click it and double tap on the screen before writing. On iPad, you just have to double tap the pencil on the lock screen and you can start writing. On the lock screen, you get very few options in the Samsung Tab S7, but in Apple, it's full-fledged Note app. I would have liked if Samsung gave me an option to choose the default application of Notes. I really like the pre-installed Note shelf over the normal Samsung Notes app. I really like the double tap functionality on Apple Pencil. By default, it'll go to eraser, but you can customize it. In S Pen, you can do the same by double clicking on the button. You can customize that as well, but it does not work in every application. In terms of functionality, I think S Pen is definitely better than Apple Pencil. Actually, I think there's no comparison between them. Apple Pencil can only click on the screen, but it does not work with gestures. Yes, with new Scribble on iPad OS 14, you can write in any text box to convert it into text, but that's it. In S Pen, you can use S Pen for everything. I use it all the time and I don't have to touch the screen. I know it's a touch screen, but it's very hard to keep wiping those fingerprints on the screen. Air gestures are also cool, but it depends how much you're going to use them. For me, I always forget that they are there. Air gestures means you can do it in the air. I mean literally in the air, you don't have to point to the screen. There is a lot more functionality to it, but it's like the older Note devices, so I'll move on. Now let's talk about where I think Apple Pencils are superior than S Pen, and that is creative work. By no means I'm saying I am good at painting or sketching. There are far superior reviews out there, but I took help. So I asked my partner to draw something and I will tell you her exact words after using both of them. I used a free app, Autodesk Sketchbook, on both of them just to be fair, and it is really good. I noticed two things while using those apps. One, the palm rejection was not very good at S7, especially when you're using the brushes. I'm talking about specifically this app because I didn't notice this issue in the Notes app. I saw iPad doing the same thing, but it was very rare as compared to Tab S7. The second thing I noticed, the tip of the Apple Pencil is bigger, so you can draw in any angle, but with S Pen you can't do that. So what they're trying to do is they're using the hover technology to mimic that scenario, and guess what? It works really great. Now I'll tell you about her experience. She said, and I quote, "She does not feel confident while using S Pen because it does not feel like a pencil." I'll explain. So S Pen has a rubber tip on it, so when you use that on a glass surface, it feels soft. But when you want to draw something, you need to feel that friction for precision. Apple Pencils have kind of hard plastic, so whenever you touch the screen, you can hear the clicky sound. It's just a personal preference, but the minute she said it, I realized that too. Because yes, S Pen feels a little softer on the glass area. S Pen also tried to mimic sound of writing on the Notes app, but you can turn that off if you find it annoying. In terms of latency, they both are great, so don't worry about it. Personally, I would use S Pen more than Apple Pencil because I don't draw, I don't take notes, and it gives me more functionality. You don't even need to charge it because the charging is just for the air gesture and stuff, but otherwise without battery you can write or do anything on the screen. But I still think for creative work, Apple Pencils are better, but you can find much better reviews out there. I know Apple Pencils are expensive, but there are a lot of other options if you just want to take notes. So just don't go for S7 just for that S Pen. You can find a good pencil with palm rejection $30 to $40. Now let's talk about ecosystem. And if you are still with me, please click on that subscribe button. See, ecosystem might or might not play a big role depending upon how much devices you use. I have a Samsung phone, Galaxy Buds Plus, Galaxy Watch, but I use Mac. So right now it looks like I'm more into Samsung ecosystem, and a Tab S7 will be perfect for me because I can directly connect my Galaxy Buds to Tab S7 and my phone together. It's really hard to remove your earphones when you are on another device. Another great thing about S7 is that you can enable call and text over the internet. You just need to enable the feature call and text over other devices. You can find that setting in your quick panel. So what it can do is it is going to transfer your calls from your mobile to your tab. So if I try to call on my mobile, it's going to transfer the call on the tab as well, and same goes for the text messages as well. I was excited, but then I realized I use my Galaxy Buds on my Mac more than my phone. I really wish I could connect them together, but I can't. And I'm not going to use my Galaxy Watch on my Tab S7. It's just personal preference. And I use AirDrop to transfer files from my Mac to iPad more than I use to transfer files between Tab and my phone. And I also like using my iPad as a secondary screen when I don't have my monitor with me. So yes, the ecosystem matters, but just don't rely on that. Please make sure you think about what you're going to use more and then decide what you're going to buy. Just FYI, you cannot use your Apple mouse with DeX. The gestures does not work. Just putting it out there. But what matters to me more than anything is biometrics. I really don't like fingerprint sensor on tablets. Tab S7 has a side-mounted fingerprint sensor and Tab S7 Plus has an in-display optical fingerprint sensor. They are inconvenient, so I rely on Face Unlock more. Face ID works much better for me than Samsung's Face Unlock. In perfect lighting conditions, Samsung's Face Unlock worked really good. But when the lighting conditions aren't great, it's going to irritate you. It does not work in every orientation, and it might not work when the light is behind you. In apps where you need biometrics, you cannot use Face Unlock because it's not safe, and even Samsung does not give you an option to do that. For a lot of people, I know Face ID does not work properly and having a fingerprint sensor is a plus point. So keep that in mind maybe. I don't really want to talk about the rear cameras. They are there and that's it. But about the front cameras, I like both of them. I definitely prefer the camera position on Tab S7, but I like the mic quality on iPad. Let's look at the example from both. So this is the front camera recording. This is how I look when I look in the screen. It's like I'm looking somewhere else. So this is the camera position and you can listen to the audio as well. This is where I'm shooting my video. This is the camera sample from Tab S7. Now I'm looking at the camera and now I'm looking at the screen and it works perfectly. You can see my background. It's a little wider, I guess. In terms of sound, they both are great. Just listen to this.
I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge.
Yeah, it's very hard to show you the sound over the microphone. But I think iPad feels a little more richer as compared to Tab S7, but otherwise don't worry about the sound quality at all, they both sound great. One thing I really don't like about iPad that you cannot any USB-C earphones with iPad, you need to buy a separate connector for it. The last thing I want to talk about is battery. So with Galaxy Tab S7 you get 8000 mAh battery. With Tab S7 it's very hard to get exact numbers, so it should be around 7600 mAh. They both last almost similar, so I get approximately 8 to 9 hours of screen on time with my Tab S7. I get 9 to 10 hours from iPad. It depends what you're going to use. So with media, I guess Tab 7 was giving me more screen on time, but in other tasks, iPad is more efficient. Tab S7 comes with 15-watt charger in the box and iPad comes with 18-watt charger, but they both support fast charging. So I use my Mac charger with my iPad and I use my Galaxy S20 25-watt charger with my Tab S7. With the charger that comes in the box, Samsung takes approximately 2.5 hours to fully charge it from 15%, and with iPad it takes approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes, so the difference is not huge. So here it is guys, my final conclusion. If you want your tablet just for media consumption, I think Tab S7 Plus will be a great choice because Super AMOLED, right? If you want a productivity tool in budget, I think Tab S7 will be a great choice. But if you want a tablet experience first, I think iPad is the best thing you can purchase right now. See, they all can perform 70 to 80% of your laptop work if you don't code like me. For long time software support, Samsung is promising 3 years of update, but with iPad you will get at least 5 years. So if you're looking to buy your tablet for a long time, I think it's good to invest in iPads. Soon Apple is shifting to their in-house chips on Mac as well, so you'll be able to use every application in all the devices. I am personally rooting for Final Cut Pro on my iPad. Personally, I will choose iPad over Tab S7 because I use my laptop as a laptop and my iPad as a tablet. I also think Apple Magic Keyboard is overpriced. and I hope Logitech Folio Touch was launched in India, but it's not. So if you want a keyboard with your Tab, I think Tab S7 is a great value right now in India. I will make a video on Samsung keyboard cover as soon as I receive it. I hope you enjoyed the comparison, and if you did, please like and share this video. These videos takes a lot of effort. Do subscribe if you want, but still, thank you for watching. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then,